down at the gym and pay the debt down at the store.
They scratched and they worked at the land till the dirt got poor.
Now that old cotton gin, some kind of secondhand store.
The building's still there, but they don't gin no cotton no more.
Well, it's so good to have you guys at the house.
It's great to be here.
Yeah. And your voices just sounded wonderful.
Well, thank you.
We just got through recording your harmony vocals on a couple of your grandfather, your dad, his songs. Who's your grandpa?
Tom Skinner.
Tom Skinner. What was another nickname?
Tiny.
Tiny. You got the T-shirt on too.
I do, yeah. I do have the T-shirt on. It seemed appropriate for today.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do have
and
the
tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Oh, here's Brutus.
Oh, hi.
We've been recording here at the Barn House in Perkins, Oklahoma for the past year. I think we've put down about 5 or 6 of Tom's songs, and we have y'all coming over this evening. You just got through singing on "Used to Be."
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
What'd you think about that?
Yeah, we're not really singers, but no, it was a lot of fun.
The people who were on that recording were a lot of friends of your dad.
Mm-hmm.
And of yours.
Yeah, no, lots of people I haven't seen in forever, really.
Some of them were around when you were born.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like Greg Jacobs.
I was going to say, yeah, Greg was a frequent visitor at the house whenever I was growing up. I remember seeing Greg all the time.
His songwriting's your dad always enjoyed, and he took a lot of Greg's songs and made them his own.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of one, let's see, A Little Rain Will Do.
Yeah. I think Dad was really good at that. He was good at finding some element in whatever song that he covered that he could connect to, and then I think once he found that, it was, he stole a lot of songs from people. I mean that in the best way. It was just like, it was... When Dad got a hold of it, it wasn't just your song more, it was, he made it his own, maybe just for 3.5 minutes or however long it lasted, but like he was really good about taking that and finding a connection and making it his. So yeah, and there were a lot of really good songwriters, I think, that Dad keyed into and was especially good at stealing their music. I think Greg Jacobs was one of those people. Larry Spears is another one that just Dad really picked up what they were laying down and was able to do something good with it. So
speaking of Larry Spears, I've known Larry for many years and I love his songs. But every once in a while your dad would say, "Well, I'm gonna do a Larry Spears song here." Every show I think I ever saw your dad do, he would pull out one of Larry's songs.
Oh yeah.
And Larry might be there in the audience. And it would bring Larry to tears. It was great.
I mean, even when he wasn't there, Dad was usually breaking out at least one. I think that, Dad, as talented as he was never one to... He wanted to share any exposure that he had. There were people that, like Larry and Greg, that he respected as songwriters, and I think that he viewed his role as a performer as I gotta get attention on some of these people, never mind that he was a talented songwriter in his own right, he felt like his time was better served pushing other people out there, and he had good taste. So.
And that's a beautiful, humble characteristic of your dad.
Oh yeah, he was. He used to say exposure kills Eskimos. I don't think he.
Oh, that's good.
I don't think he liked the idea. He was a performer by nature, but I think on some level in the back of his brain, he was sort of uncomfortable with it. I think that is a little bit of an element of why he would so easily defer attention to other people. And you know, I think he had a real impact on the younger community too, just from that spirit of being able to come up here, you know, like get up here and do a few songs, like, you know. And I think part of it's laziness too. I think part of it was like, well, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette outside of the science project. You know? I'm gonna let this kid get up here and do a few songs, and I'm gonna take a break, you know. And so I kid. There was a bit of that in there for sure, but you know, Dad really wanted. There's a lot of talent around here. You know, it's growing out of this red dirt, and I think Dad was aware of that. And any platform that he had, he wanted to make sure that he was giving his friends as much space at the table as he got.
You know, I think that also, that rubbed off on people. That rubbed off on another person who sang on Used to Be on this recording, Cody Canada.
Yeah.
Cody took that. I think that's part of the red dirt thing. Cody took that as well. So he is a cheerleader and a supporter of new music.
I think it's a thing just in the community at this point, honestly, you know. I mean, I'm sure there's probably a couple of bad actors out there who are selfishly, but I think by and large, the red dirt community, at least all the people I know, are very generous with their time and their enthusiasm and, you know, their desire to share a stage and collaborate with people. I think that's a wonderful thing about this community that not every community gets to share in.
Yes.
There used to be a place to go dancing this time. There used to be a place to go dancing this time. Now the walls are still there, but they don't see